Welcome back to a brand new episode of NH Unscripted, you lucky listeners. Yeah, baby, you know the routine. I got my neighborhood jacket on, my bell-bottom pants. Your job is to kick back on the waterbed, light the incense, fire up the lava lamps. We are coming to you from the spa-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord, 1450 AM, 103.9 FM, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester on your transistor radios. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL, and have we got a treat for you today. First, let me just thank my sponsor, the law offices of Shaheen Gordon. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about them later, but I just wanted to throw them out there, mention them early. Fire away.
Brendon, you had mentioned Hay Fever is coming up. What is it about that particular play that intrigues you?
First of all, I've had a chance to direct a couple of Noah Coward plays in my career, and I'm always pleasantly surprised at how fresh they still are, how funny they are, how sexy they are. And I think I've always wanted to do this one of Noah Coward. So this was one of his first plays, written in the 1920s. And he based it on a really awkward weekend he spent with some friends who basically paid no attention to their guests. And the host family were fascinating, but actually a little oblivious and very narcissistic in a funny way. And Hay Fever is what I call it, sort of like that great show Schitt's Creek, or Arrested Development, where you got these very compelling, funny, but very narcissistic characters who you'd love to spend some time with, but you wouldn't want to live with full time. And that's the Blisses. So this play is about the Bliss family. Judith is a retired actress who's never fully retired, who enlists her kids to be in reenact her plays. Her husband, David, is a famous novelist. And then her adult children are like the kids in Schitt's Creek. They're funny, they're attractive, they know they're attractive, and they have all four people have invited people down for this weekend in the country to come to their place, and they didn't tell each other. So basically, it's about how they all start to change partners and go, oh, I like your person better. And so all the normal people come down from London to this cottage, and they are in for a weird weekend of funny charade games and lots of drinking and people flirting with the wrong person. And it's like a comedy about bad behavior and no filter.
Is it a big cast?
Yeah, it's 11.
Really?
So I thought it also was exciting to me to end with a splash, to end with a big show. Don't go out with a whimper, but a bang. Great 20s costumes. We've got amazing designers working on it. And this way it's going to be a real celebration. And we have some fun cast members in it. Kathy Manfrey, who's a local favorite, lives in the area, plays the put-upon maid, who is a former dresser in London's West End. And Conan Morrissey, who plays the lead Judith Bliss, has a great history with the players, because when she was last here, she had been out of grad school, and this was her first place she went after grad school, and she played the daughter in Hay Fever.
What?
And now she gets to come back and play the mom.
Oh my God.
Isn't that great?
She has to be thrilled.
She's over the moon. Yeah, and it's a full circle moment. And to me, that's very emblematic of the players. And the rest of the cast, for the most part, almost everybody is already here doing either the musical 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee or in Native Gardens. So it's another tribute to actors as chameleons.
Yeah. One of the things that comes across a lot, especially talking with the cast from Native Gardens, but although having seen all of the stuff, the cast here and the staff, they're very into it. It's very welcoming. You feel like you've known them a long time, like you're going to watch a friend,
Yes.
I came to you let me come see Boing Boing. That was just crazy. There's something about, it sounds corny, but it's like coming home.
Yeah.
To see a show.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. I love that. I felt that the first show I came to see just before I got this job, where I think it's a combination of this beautiful location in the woods, this barn where we put on these magical shows, and it's the same location that have been putting on shows for 92 years.
Nope, that's incredible.
Right?
I mean,
and it's so that idea of legacy and history, but instead of it being a museum and only looking backwards, the Players is about honoring the past and looking forward. That's why, to me, the last two shows of this season are emblematic for me of what's exciting about the players, because you've got Native Gardens by one of the best playwrights in the country, Karen Zacharias. That's a modern take on how to be a better neighbor. That is, it's a chance to discover a newer playwright. And right on the heels of that comes this classic from the 1920s. And both are valid. Both are different appetites, and they both, I think, hit something different for the audience. But all of it is full of heart. And I think it touches on what you were just saying about working here. This season has been a dream, because we have an amazing staff, incredible casts, great directors, designers, stage managers. And we've got this core company of apprentices that we've talked about in the past. And these 14 apprentices from around the country are gung-ho, talented, throwing themselves into every aspect of administration, design, technology. And they're like a B12 shot every day being around them. And I think that's part of, the feeling you're feeling is that you've got people who are quite experienced, who have been doing theater a good while. And then you've got people who this is maybe their first professional production.
Yeah. For Noel Coward, there's a danger that if it's done improperly, it feels dated.
Yes.
So are you, obviously you're aware of that. So how are you attacking that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because I've seen those productions, and I don't want that to happen. I think the way I've attacked it in the past is, like with anything with heightened language, it all starts with clarity. So I'm going to spend the first couple of rehearsals, just sitting around the table, and going through every moment briefly with the whole cast, so we all understand what, in your words, so I often will have them say, okay, in 2025, what's your version of this line of dialogue? So they're able to translate it both for themselves and their fellow actors. And that's a way to bring the 1920s to now and treat these characters as people that we have to understand now, and not treat them like they're too arch or over the top or pretentious. I think they can take on at times an attitude, but it should always be for a reason. I think they're doing it either to flirt or deflect, but there has to be something real there. Yeah. Because otherwise they're all just a bunch of attitudes and sort of caricatures. And I feel like to me, it's about making sure everyone is clear on what they're saying. And I also think Noel Coward's characters are fun and egotistical in a great way, where they feel like they are the life of the party. And wouldn't you want to be hanging out with them? And they have juicy dialogue. And I think when it's done well, the audience feels smart. It's what I call the champagne effect. They get a buzz out of going, oh, I caught that joke, and I understand that wit, and don't I feel smart? And I think there's something that Noel Coward and Shaw and other playwrights do like that when you do it right, there's also, I think, about speed. Part of the fun of these characters is they're like something out of Aaron Sorkin too. They are able to think and feel a little faster than you and me. Yeah. And if you do that right, it's like watching Olympic badminton. You're like, oh my, how are they doing that? I love a show like that. That's the feeling of you got to lean in, and you got to say, it's like musical chairs on speed. Okay. And then part of the fun is watching the person who just is not quite as fast hitting the buzzer. And I think that's part of the fun of it. So it's clarity. It's letting it be fun and sexy and attractive. And it's a sense of speed. People, reminding people that it's fun to watch really smart people in great clothes and martinis have fun with each other, tease each other, and that we are part of that. And it shouldn't feel like a period piece. To me, this is the other thing, right? At its heart, it is actually also about a family that loves each other. That's the heart of it. They can put on all the show they want for the outsiders, but at the beginning and end of the play, of the journey of the play, you have these 4 quirky people who adore each other. And to me, that also makes it stand out from other plays of the period or other Noel Coward plays. It's not a celebration of infidelity or being a single gal on the town in London. It's actually about these 4 people who just know each other. They can roll their eyes. They can give each other grief. But at the end of the day, there's no one they want to spend time with except each other. Dude, that's precious. I think that's part of that should be part of the fun of people coming to check this out, to say, these are people who are a blast and they're super funny, but they also just love having time with each other. Is there a big age range in this? Yes, that's a great question. The characters range from early 20s up through 60s. So that's the other thing that's kind of fun. In these 11 characters, you really cover a wide spectrum of, it's got great, strong, women. It's got a chance for people to play these kind of quirky characters, from stuffy businessmen to vampy, flappers, and then boy toys coming on who just from rowing and punting on the river. It's such a fun collection of characters, and part of the fun of the play is watching them collide with each other.
I had a friend I was talking to the other day. They were doing a junior version of Spamalot.
Oh yeah.
One of the biggest problems they had was the kids couldn't get the jokes. They just were like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
And she said she had to sit down with them, and she didn't want them to watch it, but she said, no, here's important. So that's why I was asking earlier about, can they get it?
Well, but this also speaks to, I've done some cuts.
Well, there's half of what a beautiful interview I had out there at the Peterborough Players. And the other half's coming up here in just a second. You are listening to NH Unscripted. Yeah, I know, we're your afternoon delight. That makes me your starlight vocal band like host Ray Dudley. Coming to you from the YMCA-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. We will be right back for the second half. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. Play that funky music, white boy. Yeah. You are listening to a special edition. I got a chance to go to Peterborough, talk to Brendon Fox out there. We have got a little personal touch to this one. We can fire that baby up.
So the great thing is the play is in the public domain, which means that I think I burn sage for the ghost of Noel Coward, hopefully. I think he'll be happy with the cuts. But I think that it allows it to move swiftly. It also allows me to cut any reference that is obscure.
Really esoteric.
Or really esoteric. That we don't need things going over people's heads. And, Noel Coward, like any playwright, wrote for his time, not for the future. So there are jokes that I can get intellectually, like, oh, that's a reference to, I don't know, Arthur Conan Doyle or Basil Rathbone or whoever, Errol Flynn. That's not going to fly here. Mm-hmm. So it's that judicious pruning here and there that both accomplishes a sense of being fleet-footed and letting the whole thing just fly, like I said, like a badminton game. But also, let's not have the audience fall off the train at any point. I do the same thing with Shakespeare, to be like, we don't need anything obscure. We want to keep it to whatever the audience will feel comfortable to going, okay, we understand all of these references. Yeah. There's nothing here that will feel dated.
Yeah.
So like you said, you like with the Spamalot example, I'm really taking pains to make sure that, and if we get to the beginning of rehearsal and the cast looks at the script in this one moment and goes, I think we're all still a little unclear of what we're talking about here, then that can go.
Yeah.
I don't want to be precious about it. I'm not cut it to ribbons, but I think the cut we've got is really sharp and it moves, and it also allows every character to have their moments in the sun. And part of the fun of a character like Judith Bliss, which like the mother in Schitt's Creek, where you never can quite tell, like, is she on? Is she performing? Is she working me? But somehow it's delightful because she does it with such alacrity and good humor. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the other thing I like about the play is that people throw shade at each other, but it's not cruel. Yeah. There's these characters actually aren't mean.
Yeah.
They do love to rib each other, which is actually like how I grew up in my family. That was a love language.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you should worry when they don't give you a hard time.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly right.
So you understand that. Yeah. And that maybe that's one of the things, now that I'm talking about it, that attracted me to Noel Coward in the first place, is that his characters are cheeky, and they find a way to connect by saying, don't take yourself too seriously.
I'll tell you, Christmas time at my house, it's nothing but one-liners and digs all night long.
Right. Especially as the beverages keep flowing. And it's the same thing, Noel Coward, me too. And there's a feeling of, I think we not only need joy right now, but also I think it's nice to be reminded to not take ourselves too seriously. Yeah. And remember to love each other. And also you can have fun without drawing blood.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it.
I'm glad that you're really conscious about losing your audience. I think sometimes people don't, in an effort to put up what they think is a great show, they forget that you don't want to lose them along the way. If you've got this gem that you're hoping they're going to take home, what you don't want them is to go, oh, yeah, wait, well, when they did that, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I see Joe, or,
Yep.
They get taken right out.
Exactly.
So I'm glad you've made that effort to.
Well, and the other thing I would say, Ray, along those lines is something we can forget in the theater is this is the paradox and the challenge. We're rehearsing plays for weeks, right?
Yeah.
The audience gets one shot to experience it.
Great point.
They don't get to rewind. This is not Netflix.
And they may,
right?
Dude, they may never come back.
Right. So this is the opportunity to make sure that, I think it's fun to have the audience be on their toes a little bit, but not out of the loop and not fall off.
Absolutely
check
correct.
out of it. Because you're right. Because we need to make sure it is so clear that the audience goes, got it.
Yeah.
Right, I'm with you, because all it takes is one or two. Wait, I don't got it.
Right.
I'm checked out, and now I feel kind of dumb. And that's not on them. That's on us to make sure that it can't become inside baseball. And we have to make sure that the time we spend getting to know the script well enough means that we can make it super clear. Sometimes it's just like which word to hit helps the audience. Like that's the word to hit to make the joke land more.
Yeah.
And we don't know that until we get into rehearsal. And part of the fun, one of the things you should know that one of the great traditions here at the Players is the last rehearsal in the rehearsal room before the play goes on the stage and adds all the bells and whistles of costumes, set, props, is what we call the company run. That I've really enjoyed is that it's the chance for everyone on staff to pack themselves into our rehearsal room and watch the run through together.
That's cool.
It's beautiful because it's a chance to remind ourselves, like, this is everybody who works here. This is us cheering each other on as we head towards opening. And I remember when I did Boing Boing and we thought in rehearsal, we think it's funny. Fingers crossed. Will other people find it funny? And we got to that company run. And this was, people of many different ages and backgrounds, and they all just lost it and loved it. And it was empowering, right? To us to go, great, we're ready to go to that next stage of our technical rehearsals. And I'm always excited when we get to that moment, because to me, that's another thing that makes the Players special, is to say, before we all go scattering again to our various shops of scenery, costumes, lighting, let's take a moment to remember why we're doing this, and let's see the play for us. And it allows it to have a kind of intimacy for a moment that it'll never have again. And it's a beautiful thing for us all to be shoulder to shoulder in there. And no one is sitting in a better place than anyone else, regardless of your experience level or how long you've worked at the Players. You're all just packed in there and cheering the actors on.
And it gives them their chance to be proud too for what's going on.
Exactly.
I was out talking with, just introduced myself briefly to the ticket people out here, and they're so kind. They can't wait for you to talk to them and be involved. And
yes.
Yeah, you want to take it? I was simply asking for directions over to the bathroom, but they were so proud.
Right.
They love what they're doing. They love being here.
Yeah.
And part of it, by bringing them in to see the run like that,
because that way they also can then talk to the public about it. Because then, no matter who you talk to here, if you run into somebody else, whether they're at the box office or not, they can talk, oh, I love this play. I just saw it at the run through. It's so funny, or it's so moving. It's so relevant. That way they're not kept out of the loop. And I think like you were saying about the warm reception you got from the box office folks, you need buy-in from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough if I'm excited about what we're doing here.
Right.
The touch points for the audience are the usher, the box office people, the person at the bar, the people who can tell you where the bathrooms are. And if they're all engaged and checked in and enthusiastic, then people are going to walk around going, wow, this whole place feels really lit up and excited.
No kidding.
As opposed to, well, those two people seem, happy to be here. I don't know about the rest of them. Before they even walk in and see the play here in the theater, they're having an experience out there in the parking lot, in the lobby.
It's huge.
To me, that's actually when the Peterborough Players experience starts. The people who help you park your car.
Right.
If they're doing that with a smile and they're being helpful, already you're like, hey, I'm glad I made this choice to come out tonight, instead of just sitting at home and watching Hulu. that's where it feels like all these concentric circles of people make it a great experience.
It really is huge. I mean, I've been in plays. This is neither here nor there, but I've been in productions, and my wife has gone like to a box office and gets treated like dirt. She's like, "What's wrong with that person at the box office?" I don't know. I don't know what the problem is.
Yep.
That's not what you want to hear.
No. Right. And it's also like when you call in to think about getting tickets, can you tell me about the plays? I've had this experience. I've called theaters and some have been great. And some are like, well, I don't know. Did you look on the website? I said, yes, but I'd love to hear more than what I've already seen on the website about. Tell me more about Native Gardens or Hay Fever. And if they can't do that and can't give me a deeper dive, I may rethink, because you have me on the phone. I'm ready to potentially buy tickets. I want you to help sell me more than just the cold medium of the website. And so I think that can tip the balance as well. And it's like both attitude, but also knowledge of what are you putting on?
Right. Yeah.
Do you know what you're doing here at the theater? What tickets you're selling? You
weren't just working at Walmart like 5 minutes ago.
Exactly. Right. You gotta buy in, and you don't have to be an expert on the play, but you got to give me more than the 2 sentences that I could get myself by Google. So I think that's, I'm glad you can see that it's a special place, and it's for everybody. I'm telling everybody every night in my curtain speech, I appreciate people being here. And my request to folks is, if you like what you see here, think about somebody in your life who's either never been to the Players or it's been a minute, and treat them to a night at the barn, right? Get them to see what you like about this place. All it takes is one new person walking in the door going, oh, yeah, this place is cool.
Yeah.
I'm glad I made the trek. That keeps us growing, and more people who discover who we are, the better. And it makes it a better experience for the actors too.
Absolutely.
And there you have it. Yeah, man, it was a great time out there in Peterborough. You get a chance, it's summertime, get out and see a play. My goodness. You are listening to NH Unscripted. We are coming to you from the Gong Show-like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Shaheen Gordon of our offices is our sponsor. Happy to have them aboard. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your transistor radios. 101.9 FM for the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls in Manchester. We'll be right back with the second half of this show. Welcome back to NH Unscripted. I know you're telling all your friends at the barbecue that you listen. I know. These things just follow us. You are listening to us. We are coming to you from the not-so-overly ostentatious digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM on your Sony Walkman, 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Hey, it's summertime. We're going to have some fun. Got a little song for you to start this segment with. Sir, if you wouldn't mind. Don't ever let anyone tell you we're not on the cutting edge here. The 70s are crazy. Crazy. We'll sing about anything. Oh, yeah, we're wholesome. We're wholesome. Andrew, it has been a crazy, crazy summer. I've been busy. I've seen more plays than I think I've seen in a long time myself. I was in one myself.
Well, that makes two of us, yeah. I've seen a bunch of shows myself, so.
I wanted to chit-chat about some of that. But by the way, by the time this airs, there'll have been some news that came out. Sir, can you kind of tell us a little bit about that news?
News?
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't be news out of Village Players in Wolfboro by any chance,
Oh,
would it?
yes, that's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, obviously we had, the director and costumer from Sweeney Todd here a few weeks back. And yours truly went and auditioned for said show, and I will be playing the role of Sweeney Todd.
In Sweeney Todd, in said show,
yes.
No kidding.
Opening Halloween weekend.
Yeah, were there a lot of people at the auditions?
I believe so. I don't know who was there the second day, but I know that the first day there was a few new faces, myself included, and they had a pretty solid turnout, and I like to think we made their job a little difficult.
Good for you. Good for you. Walk me through a little bit of what that was. When you go in to something like an audition there, let's say, what did it look like? Was there a table set up?
Kind of, sort of. I mean, their process was a little bit more casual, but also very organized. So I will give them props for that. I love a good organized audition. Everybody, they had a set plan. They knew what they wanted to do. And I liked the way that they handled it. So, I mean, most auditions, they do like a standard dance audition, and then, you come up and you sing. So what they did is they split us in half, and they took half the people in another room and had them learn a dance, and then the rest of us stayed in, and we did some kind of joint group singing for just the first part of the opening song, which was kind of fun. I think they were just trying to gauge like how people sang together as a group, which was very cool. I don't see that very often, so it was a nice little touch for the process. And then they kind of just called us by name one by one, and we just did our audition songs. And then once we were done that, the group that was learning the dance came in, they did the dance, and then we went and learned the dance as well while they did songs with that group.
So give me a little inside scoop here. For dance, so this is Sondheim, right?
It's Sondheim. As we know, Sweeney is not a super dancey show.
Right.
But it is nice to see that there's, one of the things I enjoy when seeing a production of Sweeney Todd is when there's some very organized, like blockography or choreography that makes the movement seem purposeful and unique. Because as we know, it's not a dancey show, but but a lot of times when you see Sweeney and there's no like actual choreography or anything that's structured, it just looks like bodies moving around. No one seems to have direction or purpose, but when it's very deliberately choreographed to this very complicated music, it looks fantastic.
Man.
And so the choreographer has some really, really cool ideas. And even just the little bit we learned, it wasn't super complicated, but it was very neat and different. And so I think this will be something very unique for people to come see.
When I show up,
and I'm not just saying that because I'm the guy.
It's okay if you do. Pat yourself on the back, my man. When I show up for stuff like that, they always it's like, oh, it's an old guy. Give him the box step and set him in the back.
Right? No, definitely not a simple box step. Like there's unique, purposeful movements.
Not for me. So when you were there, and obviously you only went to one audition, but
I just went to the first round.
Were there people there that you were like, oh, I would love to try to play against that person? That'd be cool.
I honestly didn't have any of that mindset. My mindset was to just go in and do the absolute best I could. I try not to let other people psych me out. I've done that before, and it's messed me up in the past. So I just kind of had a very singular focus going in.
Yeah? Was it a pretty good time? Did you get to hear other people?
I heard some other people. There were some definitely talented voices in there.
Yeah.
Beautiful voices. A lot of people picked some very cool songs, too. I always like it when people go to an audition and they pick really awesome songs or songs you don't hear a whole lot of. So there was some of that, and then people actually got asked to sing some things by the director and the MD. And
Ooh, that's always a good sign.
yeah, and there were some nice surprises.
Was this in their theater, or was it like a?
I mean, they own their theater, so we did it all in the theater.
Yeah, how's their theater? I saw the seating.
Their theater is beautiful. It is a beautiful old theater. Very historic building, and not a bad seat in the house. I mean, you'll be able to see everything.
It looked beautiful in the photos. That
It
I
is.
saw.
It's a nice, beautiful little theater.
For folks who don't know, we're talking about the Village Players in Wolfboro. And
Great location too. Lots of nice restaurants, beautiful views. I mean, great view of Lake Winnipesaukee.
Oh, summertime theater. You know, like
this will be fall theater by the time this airs. But yeah.
What are the dates? You said
Opening.
you start rehearsals
We start rehearsals on. We started rehearsals the Sunday after auditions. But the show goes up October 31st, so it starts at Halloween, and then it goes to So we open on Halloween night.
That was
which is
hook.
perfect.
Yeah. Oh, that is so cool. Will we be done up at Jean's by then?
No, I will actually miss the final weekend of Ghostlight.
Oh, you're kidding me.
So I'll be at Ghostlight for all of it except for the final weekend because I am doing this.
I get that. That's
so Joel, if you're listening,
yeah.
Sorry again.
Oh my God, I know. Did you already let him know?
By the time this airs, I will have not, but I am working on sending him an email.
Well said. By the time it airs. Man, well, that is good. Congratulations. For folks who don't know, that is a brutal role. I mean, it's one that everyone wants to do, but that's tough. Sondheim's tough. I'm not.
Sondheim in general is tough. Like, it doesn't matter what the show is. Sondheim's music is not easy.
No kidding.
Both from someone playing and someone singing it.
Yeah. Wow. So I had, I have been busy. I think I've seen 4. Oh, here we go.
We talked too much.
I'm in my own way. You are listening to NH Unscripted, and it's kind of in the summertime here. That makes me your Mungo Jerry like host, Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the Hollywood Squares like digs of the WKXL studios in Concord. Just having fun living life, I'm telling you. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Concord this time. 101.9 FM for the souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. And Shaheen Gordon, the law offices of Shaheen and Gordon are our sponsor. So proud to have them aboard. We'll be right back.
This trip worth a while. You see, she's got the kind of loving and a kissing make a man go stone wild. So I got to keep on walking. I got to walk on. I'm so tired, but I just can't lose my stride. I got 15 miles to go now, and I can hear my baby calling my name. It's as if though I'm standing at her front door. I can hear her that doggone plane.
got my dancing shoes on. If that doesn't get your feet moving, nothing will. Man, oh man, oh man. Thank you for playing that. I appreciate it. Edwin Starr. Spotify has become my enemy. They do not like when we play songs like this, and then I throw it up there, and they think it's a podcast, and they send their legal team after me. They want to know where our music license comes from. Who lets me play that music? Yeah, Spotify, I see you. So I was recently up at the Interlakes performing up there. I got to steal the show in Tootsie. Let me tell you, they were so kind to give me this crazy role of the manager for Tootsie, and I just milked it for everything I could. It was so good, so good. But let me tell you something. I don't know what's happening. The quality of these kids that were up there was just unbelievable. And I just saw My Fair Lady up there as well. And the dance numbers in Tootsie were electrifying. Absolutely electrifying. Nancy Barry, I don't know how she finds these kids, but let me tell you something. I had the videotape a lot. Well, it's not videotape anymore. I had to use my iPhone to record some of these dance numbers. They were powerful. It's unbelievable. And I think the choreographer for that was Gustav. I forget his name, man. But anyway, I mean, he found things to do that it was incredible. And then they did My Fair Lady. It was a fantastic show, a classic. I guess they had just been done up in M&D, the M&D Playhouse up there in North Conway. Not by the same cast, just letting it out there. But this was so good. Oh, my gosh. The leads in this thing could sing and act. And, of course, they had the supporting cast from Tootsie and also from She Loves Me. They just kind of rotate through. So good. So good. I'm begging the audience that if you can get out, go have dinner somewhere. Go see a play. My Fair Lady, come on. Mary Poppins. Where did we say Mary Poppins played at recently? Was that the New London Barn Playhouse, or was it Mary Poppins? Yes, it was. Mary Poppins out there. These are classics, man.
Did they use a fly rig for that one?
You know what? It's interesting you would ask me that question.
Well, I asked that question because as someone who was in Mary Poppins, quite a few years back, you kind of need the flying rig. To do it right. Yeah. I mean, you got Mary obviously flies, and then, Bert flies, and there's even another character that gets kind of flown up into the air.
That's right.
Yeah, you kind of need the flying rig for that show.
That'd be multiple rigs, wouldn't it? Is that?
No, I mean, when I did it, we used one rig, and we just interchanged it. The specific characters that needed it just wore a harness under their costume.
Interesting.
For when we needed it, and that was it. So.
Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah, you know what? You want to do it right. You don't want people getting hurt. And some of that stuff, you can get hurt really easily. Speaking of classics, I don't know if folks are still wanting to get out. They could head up to Gene's. They're still doing Jersey Boys, which is not a mafia thing. That this is about the Four Seasons. So Jersey Boys is in rotation with Grease. Two classics. And I heard they had to pay special money to get songs that were in the movie that are not in the play. Did you ever hear that?
Did they? Wait, so for Grease they did this?
Yeah.
Oh, so are they not ending the show the traditional way? They're ending it the movie way?
I don't know about that.
Well, that's what that tells me. There's only one song in the movie that's not in the show, because the show came out first.
Okay.
Yeah, fun fact, if you didn't know that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Grease the musical was actually out before the movie.
Oh.
So for the movie, I guess they just didn't like the finale of the actual show, so they changed the song. So We Go Together was actually written for the movie and is not in the show.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. That's to have to shell out special royalties for that kind of stuff, man, that's crazy.
And that is wild.
Yeah, no kidding, right? I mean, and that's what everybody's expecting, right? There's songs in there that people are expecting because they're classics. I mean, my God. Folks, get out and do it. The New London Barn Playhouse. I did want to touch base on them. They are doing, right now they're doing Hairspray, I think. Yes, they are. Another great song. Oh my God, that's in my rotation on my my favorite musics on my iPhone list of iTunes. I love Hairspray. Have you seen Hairspray? Ever been in it? I'll have coffee while you think about that.
Never been in it. I've definitely seen it. And I've seen it where it's been accurately cast. It's a tough show to do in New Hampshire, so I'm surprised they have the diversity to pull that up.
No kidding, right?
Because well,
it's funny you mention that because isn't the Winnie doing Once Upon an Island, Once Upon the Island?
Once on This Island, yeah. I again,
yeah.
Kudos to them. I mean, I usually only think that maybe Seacoast Rep has the diversity to do these shows, but apparently there's some other theaters that do. So congratulations to them.
No kidding. Oh, speaking of the Winnie, I did hear that they're going to be doing My Fair Lady coming up. And I think they're using the same costumes from
all these old shows are starting to make a comeback.
Yeah, I know.
You can only do them interestingly so many times, so I'm curious.
Good point. I did. Nancy Barry up at Interlake said that next year they're doing, here's a couple of classics for you. They're going to open their season, well, they're doing the Patsy Cline one to open, but then they're going into Hello Dolly. You know anybody that's been doing Hello Dolly at all? My God.
Not recently.
I know. Maybe that's the thing.
Maybe someone will do Parade next. I'll see myself, or Carousel. I'll see myself out.
And then I think they're going to end their season with, hold on to your horses, my favorite show, Annie. Hey, you could be in Annie. Would you shave your head for Annie?
No.
That was pretty quick.
That's going to be a no.
That was pretty quick.
I would... The only character I would audition for in that show is probably Rooster, and even then, I just don't want to do the show.
Oh, man.
I think Annie's overdone.
I get it. But like she told me when I was talking to her, she said, we got to put butts in seats. It's that kind of a thing. They're hoping to do maybe 42nd Street or Cabaret as well. Well, the time just flies, does it not? My God, I'm having such a great time. Let me do this. You believe that? You've been listening to NH Unscripted. I know you're hooked on the feeling. I'm your blue suede host like Ray Dudley. We are coming to you from the YMCA-like conditions of the WKXL studios in Concord. My God, I can smell the pool chlorine from here. 1450 AM, 103.9 FM for the souls in Concord. 101.9 FM. There's nothing in my car, so it's just coffee. 101.9 FM for the beautiful souls in Manchester. NHTalkRadio.com is our URL. Shaheen and Gordon, the law offices of Shaheen and Gordon are the sponsor of this wonderful show because everyone should know a good lawyer. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.